Did you ever wonder what would happen if the Clock Titan from Dom series replaced the Super G-man in the Zombieverse? How safe do you think the Alliance would be on this one? And most importantly, what changes would that bring to the plot of the story? Well, to make things a bit easier for the threats in the series, we would be starting off with the base version of the Clock Titan, and as the threats get more intense, his upgraded version might be considered. So basically, the Clock Titan would be making his first appearance in Episode 7, where he would have to fight against the infected Skibidi scientist and the infected Astro to save the Alliance members. Although back in the series, dealing with these guys, especially the infected Skibidi scientist, was one thing that seemed like a big challenge for the Super G-man. But on this one, I would just say it's gonna go in a more different and easier way. Yeah, as the Clock Titan could go on stopping them in time and afterward use the Chrono Destruction, or maybe other time-related abilities. But nah, it wouldn't be much fun if we get to lose the Skibidi scientist at the very start of everything, so let's just say the Clock Titan unleashes his mind control ability on the infected Skibidi scientist to attack the infected Astro, and after that, go on to bully him a little before the infected Skibidi scientist would get to teleport away, now seeing that the threats are cleared, and upon receiving the message that the surveillance is underway. Next thing is to leave this location just as it did happen in the original, and as soon as they get to do that, they'll notice the large numbers of infected mutants coming out to attack them, but before these guys would come out from the ground, the TV woman would have come to their rescue. However, another major event in the base that would remain in this scenario was when it got compromised, leading to the infection of the Speaker Titan and many other members of the Alliance. Moving on to the next episode, instead of seeing the Super G-man coming to the rescue of the POV when attacked by the infected Speaker Titan, now it would rather be the Clock Titan, and I guess you'll know what that means, right? Yeah, there would be no more need to get the Titan immobilized when he could just be healed at once. So let's just say the Clock Titan went on to battle and finally get the infected Speaker Titan recovered, and by doing so, the defense barrier wouldn't be breached that much earlier any longer, giving the Alliance more time to evacuate from the base. Whereas after their escape in Episode 9, the Alliance ended up finding themselves in the forest where they later had an encounter with the Clockmen before the appearance of the giant infected mutant and the rest, which were all taken care of by the Super G-man back then. But this time around, not only is the Clock Titan going to replace the Super G-man, but as well have the Speaker Titan by his side. So yeah, they're clearing these threats with ease. But that's not all, as we still have the infected Jackson Skibidi on his way. Remember, the Speaker Titan had already been healed. So yeah, there's only little to what the mutant could pull off on his own before he easily gets defeated. And seeing this, it's more likely the Plague Doctor wouldn't be making any appearance in this scene anymore, unlike in the original. And as soon as the Base Drill Titan showed up, the Alliance were meant to take their leave instantly, meaning the infection of the Base Drill Titan and the creepy infected Speaker Man base would not be plausible in this scenario any longer. Aside from this, it's also safe to say all the events from this episode to episode 22 would all be suspended as well. So automatically, the TV and camera Titan would still be under the custody of the TV man. Yeah, and believe me when I say this is just the least of the many great changes the replacement of the Super G-man with the Clock Titan in the series is gonna bring, actually. However, after the Alliance, together with the Clock and Speaker Titan, had successfully saved the base 23 squads in episode 23, they would proceed with their next mission and summon the infected Skibidi scientist for a one-on-one fight with him, which, yeah, wouldn't be funny at all, as his killing might be more dramatic this time around compared to the original, but that wouldn't stop his main body from finding its way out as soon as his puppet is destroyed. Seeing this, the Plague Doctor would start feeling completely less threatening and outsmarted. I mean, not only is the Alliance somewhat in a good form to counter any of his threats, but they also have the Clock Titan, who could instantly heal any of their important members that might be getting infected. So yeah, his main goal now would be to find any means possible and have the Clock Titan either defeated or be under his control. But as for the Alliance, since the Speaker Titan is still healthy and not infected, there would be no more need to create the Siren Titan. And yeah, the introduction of the Clock Titan wouldn't be necessary again as well. All they would be after now would be to find the TV and the camera Titan, upgrade the Titans, and also look for ways they can get the Plague Doctor defeated and the cure for the disease. While all of this, together with some minor attacks on the Alliance, would be going on, the upgrading of the Speaker and Base Drill Titan by the Alliance, as well as that of the infected Skibidi scientist by the Plague Doctor, would have been completed, and as soon as the infected Skibidi scientist is unleashed and spotted by the Alliance agents, this would lead to the calling of the Clock Titan, upgraded Speaker, and Drill Titan to handle him. Imagine the Speaker Titan being so strong now, like that of the OG series, and again, the Drill Titan isn't left behind on this one. With these three on the line, honestly, the disinfection of the infected Skibidi scientist would really be faster than ever. I mean, this is someone the Clock Titan could just stop in time while the vaccine is being shot at him. And as for the Plague Doctor, it's plausible to still have him appearing here after everything and getting arrested by the Alliance. Yeah, remember, he's got a lot to find out in the Alliance base. And finally, he'll soon get to know about everything he needed, and as well find out the TV and Camera Titan aren't with the Alliance, before he has Plungerman manipulated and escapes with him, just as it did happen in the original. However, this would make him invite the TV man for questioning on the missing Alliance Titans, since he's also working for him, but the TV man would deny knowing anything about it. Knowing how tricky the Plague Doctor works, and how likely he is to know where the Titans are anytime soon, the TV man would find any means possible to locate the Alliance and take them down to where the Titans are being kept. But unfortunately, the Plague Doctor would soon learn about this and have the TV man tortured by turning him into one of the infected mutants, finally. And since the Clock Titan has really changed a lot in the series, most of the epic battles would not be added in this scenario any longer. But in general, if there be any reason for the first act final battle, well, it's actually safe to say the Plague Doctor would have been on the losing side completely, as it would have just been only him and the infected mutants, since none of the Titans would have been infected, and there wouldn't have been any need for the Astro Duchess and the Tri-Titan in the series as well. So yeah, if Dom's Clock Titan ever replaced the Super G-man in the series, the Alliance's safety is fully guaranteed like never before. However, check out this video to know the most loved and hated Titans across the Skibidi fandom. See ya.